see something over there. I think. This is just a tree that's... The camera absolutely does not want me to look in this direction. Wow. Might have just been a tree moving in the wind? Maybe it was. I'm also curious, though, to see, like, where is the edge of the world? We're fairly far north here, and when we're this far north, I'd like to say, yeah, if we can at least...
one of the portals.
If we could at least confirm that we've basically gone to the edge of the world, we can say, okay, don't need to try this place out anymore. Done everything that there is to do. And this is the spot we're looking for. We should probably save. Okay. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So, it does mean we're going to be encumbered here, and we may need to fight through these guys. But what's the deal? I mean, at the moment you're not hostile, but it may just be as soon as you notice us, you will. Investigate the Fallen Knight's lab, northwest of Brunwich. I mean, we'll investigate it, yeah, but, you know, they're probably not going to be happy to see us here. Hey, guys! What's up? How's the Vids? I mean, what?
What's this? Order of the Flaming Rose have a new seat? Not too shabby.
You listen, vagrant. Dunno what you're here, but take my advice. Go back to wherever you came from.
So, why are you still standing there? I need to smash your plate in?
I don't like your tone, young man. Please change it, otherwise we will have to give you a 1-hour timeout. Part of me wants to see what Garrett will actually say if we go this route. But we can also ask what's inside.
Wondering what you got inside, because it reeks of fist tech to me. Mind if I have a look, brethren?
Aye, we'd mind. Very much so.
Enough of these games. I'm counting to 3, and you're gonna be gone when I'm
No,
done.
we're supposed to be counting to 3.
1, 2...
Out of our way.
Better idea.
We're not paying these guys 1,000 coins?
Got it.
Absolutely not. Now, the other one's probably not going to be pleased.
3,
Oh, we got them both. Okay.
4, 5, 6.
Great start. Now step aside.
7, 8, 9, 10.
Will they actually stop counting at one point?
12,
I'm curious how far they go.
14, 15,
Lots of Vids tech, as one might have expected.
19,
10 team.
21, 22, 23, 24,
25,
26,
27,
How high up did they go?
30.
31.
I mean, I don't know if after they reach a certain number, they'll actually take notice and come in and try to stop us. But at this point, maybe we're far enough in that they're, you know, not going to catch up to us. I mean, we also just got in, so, like, if we have to fight them in here, then so be it. Still going all the way up to 44. Okay, got some poison gas in here that we'll presumably need to knock out of the way. And not super pleased to see that this is a large cave system, or at least could be a large cave system that we need to navigate through, because, of course, we are still encumbered. So this is the kind of thing that is certainly easier done when we are not encumbered, especially if we need to, like, run through there if there's, like, loot in the corners. Okay, let's save here real quick, because I'm going to try going through here. Like, the poison clouds are clearly right on the edge of that pathway there, but do they actually go all the way down here? Or can we kind of walk around the edge here and see if we can still get to this corner and see if there's anything worthwhile to loot? We can go here. Not that there is anything of note here, other than more mushrooms. So, in that case, I mean, that was part of the risk, was, you know, if we had to go through the poison clouds and we couldn't sprint through them, then that could have proved pretty tricky. This side might be a little tougher, because this may be still technically within the poison clouds, but I think we might be past them now. And is there actually anything here? Or again, is it just mushrooms that we don't really care about? Is that a person there? I think it is. I mean, it makes sense if there were actually people working in here, right? Those guys outside were just the guards. Okay. Knock away the poison gas even from here. That guy, it seemed like he might have been sleeping. He is sleeping. Casually take some of this. Lots and lots of fizz tech. I mean, again, it's like it's worth 1 coin, I think. So it's pretty worthless to us. Kind of curious to see how much we will get in total, though. That might be the more interesting thing. Hey, dude. Don't mind us. Don't mind us. Don't mind us. Don't mind us. Okay, well, maybe not gonna loot any more then. What do we got here? You the ones actually doing the deeds? Creating the stuffs? Got a plague mask on. Like, hey, we got someone in here.
Who the devil are you?
I'm a witcher, or as your brethren prefer to call me, a mutant, a freak.
You shouldn't be in here.
I can tell you that
The
much.
Knights of the Flaming Rose shouldn't be murdering humans or producing drugs.
True. We shouldn't. We're supposed to defend the downtrodden, spread faith in the eternal fire. But Radovid tricked us. He broke his oath, sent our brethren to the front as common grunts, and once the mighty order was bled dry, he disbanded us.
What happened to Siegfried?
Took our lands, confiscated our domains to finance his war. The brethren who didn't object were appointed mage hunters. Those who took umbrage dared to stand up to him. They were imprisoned or exiled. We're but a handful who
Does
still
explain,
wear
at
the
least
colours.
partially, where all the mage hunters came
And
from.
we must find a new place in this world.
Ah, so yeah, you've decided to become bandits. Congratulations and goodbye. Honestly, we don't care. I mean, there's no real way to sugarcoat this. They've certainly fallen from grace here. I mean, to the extent that the Order of the Flame Rose was ever really an honorable organization. I mean, we did support Siegfried, and it did seem as though he was trying to clean up their act quite a bit. And at least in The Witcher 2, we saw him briefly. And they were, guarding Loch Muin. They weren't causing too many problems there, but it does seem as though this time around, like this guy said, once Radovid kinda sold them out, they just lost it. They just lost it. Ah, man, they go all the way up to 100? Okay. We went up to, what did we hear them go up to, like 40? Are they still going to be talking outside at the end of this? I mean, we might end up, getting to combat with these guys by the end of this conversation. Let's see. So, I mean, I think we just call them out.
So you turned rogue? That your idea? Wonder what Siegfried of Denel would say.
Right. My
Siegfried
thoughts
of
exactly.
Denel would- But how do you even...
Good friends
I
of
know
his.
you. You're Geralt of Rivia, Jacques de Aldersberg's killer.
Maybe.
None other. And if I had to go back, I'd do it again.
That was the start of our downfall. You were the beginning. A cursed mutant. Draw your blade!
Yeah, I saw this
No
coming.
need to yell. Just ask. Politely.
Geralt does not have it. Okay, we are... Oh, it's Ulrich. Okay, this guy has a name. Oh, this is the dude that we were hearing about. Right? Didn't we see his name a little bit? Okay, now these guys actually, they can be pretty tough. Because they do a lot of blocking. Okay, this is going to be a tricky encounter, in fact, especially with the crossbowmen upstairs to pepper at us and get rid of our Quen. It's really the biggest problem. That's going to make it a lot harder for us to avoid taking damage from these dudes. Get out of there. Oh, don't have that back yet. Or that. Get rid of one of you. That'd be nice. Oh, Ulrich did not care that we used Igni there. Did not care in the least. Okay, rather not have to retreat over here. I mean, in some ways, it's actually kind of nice. Because, can we force them into the poison fog? Maybe. But in some ways, it's kind of nice because we can take them away from their crossbowmen, who may not have followed us. Wow. Timing there was exquisite. But we are hurting badly. Okay, we should probably throw on a Hangman's Venom for additional damage to them. Oh, and our sword could use a repair. Yeah, let's do that, because like I said, this is actually going to prove to be kind of difficult, I think. How beat up is it? It's on 45%. I think that means we probably give it 40% repair here. Yeah? Okay. Yeah, that's... Wow! They all just hit us simultaneously, and it hurt a lot. Okay, that's another one down. Lost Gwen, but oh, got rid of one. And there's another one right there. Gwen, please. I would like to, ideally, bide a little bit of time here. Give ourselves some time to get some of that life back. Timing on that crossbow. Timing on the crossbow. You are the crossbow, dude. In theory, should mean that you're a little bit easier to take out. Okay, did take down another one. Do we have Quen on? We do still have Quen on. Okay. Like to get you guys. You're the crossbow dude, or one of the crossbow dudes. Okay, got you. Ulrich, you're probably gonna be the last one we actually end up taking out. I want to get your friend here. Your friend is down. Still have one crossbowman who I think we need to. Can we even do this? Hold on. Trying to go up the stairs. Pay no mind to us, Ulrich. Crossbow dude. How's it going? Great timing on the Quen. Okay, Ulrich may or may not still be doing this. The crossbow dude, he is no more. Now it's just Ulrich. Can we art him off of this? That'd be great. I don't think we can. Well, we're gonna try. We don't have Quen on, I don't think. Ooh. Oh, well, speaking of falling down, this is a pretty bad place to be stuck. Because I'm actually not sure if we can get out of this spot when we're in combat. Because we can't jump. We might legitimately be stuck. We might legitimately be stuck here for all of eternity. Hey, Ulrich, want to come a little bit closer? Hold on. I have an idea. Let's do this. Or at least one of these. Can we even hit you from here? I'm not sure that we can. This is unfortunate. Is there a way out? Because I don't think we can walk through this. Oh, he's moving. He's moving. He's moving. Can we hit him from here? Not quite. Yes! We got him. Okay, we're out of combat, which means we can jump. We're good. For a second there, I thought we were going to be trapped for all of the rest of our lives. What's up, Aindar? How's it going? We have just fought Ulrich. And for a second there, it looked like we were never going to escape this place. Because we fell down unexpectedly in a corner, and we were in combat, which meant that we could not jump. So, that did, for a second there, suggest that that was not going to bode well for us. Now, I'm trying to loot this. There was a ladder here? I mean, well, like, you know, we couldn't climb the ladder in combat, so, like, can you not climb the ladder? I'm trying to loot this stuff. Can we maybe, like, ard the other things out of the way? Make this a little bit easier, like, including that body? Oh, dear, Geralt. Really? There we go. There we go. Now, this is the leader here, I believe, Ulrich. And there is, well, there's a lot more chests around here, so I'm guessing we're going to find a lot more Fizz tech. Certainly have a lot of that, and we are, of course, still encumbered. But as soon as we get out of here, we'll do what we can to fast travel out and sell some of the stuff that we've accumulated. Perhaps including the Fizz tech. Actually, is there a limitation to which people you can sell Fizz tech to? That would be, I mean, it'd be understandable. Be, you know, kind of suspicious if we just walked up to a random trader and tried to sell them 58 Vids tech, that might be a little suspicious. Might be a little suspicious if we did that. Ooh, what are the flaming rose? What was that? Gloves? And yeah, that was, you know, we're probably gonna get more Fizz tech than that. Almost certainly. Dumplings as well, though. Oh, man. Oh, man. More of the flaming rose stuff. I mean, that means that we're just gonna get even more encumbered here, but all the more valuable things to sell once we do find ourselves getting back to that tradesperson, wherever they may end up being. Used to do that. What was that? Something leg? Mutton, maybe? Okay. I did not have the time to read it, but it just did not immediately process what that word was, and I thought, huh? No, not the latter. More Fizz tech instead, please. And yet still many more of these guys. Okay, I'm a little surprised, given how heavily armored you are, that you're only dropping shirts for us. You know, I'd like to believe that you had something, and empty bottles would have liked to have believed that you could have given us a little bit more than that. More Fizz tech. There is still a red mark here, suggesting that, yeah, we may not necessarily be done around the mulberry bush. That stuff will explode. The poisonous gas is explosive. You know, if we, like, do this. I'm not sure we can get it, though. We kind of want to argue into it if we can. That might be kind of fun. Oh. Fine. We'll do it that way. What's up, dude? See what we did to your friend? Come on. You're next. Cross the creepy bridge surrounded by poisonous gas. I dare ya. I dare ya. Yeah, you know, it's not like I'm about to try to do that. I'm very surprised that that did not blow up on us. Very surprised. But I wanted this guy to cross the bridge so that we could have done that to him. Clever. Oh, I was about to block. You got me, though. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. That's what I was looking to do. And that. Okay. Rusty key. Do we know what that goes to yet? Also gonna try... We actually didn't try crossing this bridge here previously. We actually went around, so I don't know if we would have gotten the poisoning stuff, but we'll loot you as well. Still says there's an enemy back there. Still a red mark. I don't see them. But, okay. Now, are these guys still counting outside is the other question. Listen. I don't hear them. I think at this point we would have heard them. Are they gonna... maybe they came in. They might have come in and been some of those guys that we fought. Probably. Alright, yeah. So unfortunately we didn't get all the way up as high as they could have counted. See what that might have sounded like. Because apparently they could have gone up as high as 100. Kinda silly. But it was funny to hear it while it lasted. Okay, so now we're back on Roach, which means we can, in fact, now sprint again. So no more downsides to being encumbered. We are in this relatively remote location. In the place where we're looking to collect the reward. Whoa, it's actually back in Oxenford. Okay. So my question now would be, do we make a point of going all the way up here? Into this remote corner and trying to get this last question mark while we're in the general area? Or, since we're encumbered, do we just make it back as quickly as possible? Sell that stuff so we're no longer encumbered, and then we can do whatever we want. Because, I mean, if we're back to do stuff with the rune right over here, then that's not that far from this question mark, so... I mean, that might even be closer than we are right now, so maybe we just save that for a future occasion when we're not encumbered and it's a little bit easier to make it happen. Yeah, and I think maybe this could be a decent time to do some main quests as well. I think you're right. We've done a fair bit of side quests at this point.
Hey there.
We did the ULRICH quest that we were saying was probably worth prioritizing. And so that's good.
Faster.
And I think, you know, we also tried to do the lower level quests. I think we had a few level 32 quests. Now I think our lowest level quest at this point is actually the main quest, or at least one of the components of the main quest. So I think for all of those reasons, it does make a lot of sense to switch back over to that now. So I think you're right. I think you're right. We did put our marker on a fast travel spot, right? Am I making that up? I think we did. Hopefully. Okay, there we go. Where's the actual thing, though? Nope, back here? Ah, hiding behind that tree. Here we are. Okay. So, yeah, let's head back to Oxenfurt. Let's sell all the stuff we've accumulated, and then we'll also chat with the person who will give us our reward here. And we'll see if this time around people want to charge us for trying to get into Oxenfurt, as has been the case about 50% of the time. Okay, and we're gonna ideally, at least, want to try to sell stuff to an armorer or blacksmith, if we can, which we should be able to do in here. Anyone going to try to nickel and dime us? Not this time?
Everyone to me! To me!
Huh? Who's saying that? Who said that? These guys? I mean, I would kind of like to sell our stuff first. Let's sell to the armor over here, and then we'll go turn in our quest that we just finished. That way we can get unencumbered as quickly as possible. And Geralt, no.
Long live,
Long live, etc., etc. You know. Yeah, because I think this guy's gonna give us the best deal, at least here. And I'm hoping you have enough money that you can take all the stuff that we have. I mean, we have a decent amount at this stage.
You got a job for me, an interesting one.
Just looking to sell stuff.
Show me what you have in
Make you
stock.
broke. So, let's see. Yeah, wow. We have a ton of these Order of the Flaming Rose swords. This guy he only has 1,000, a little over 1,000 coins. So, we are very much over our weight threshold now. I think what we do here is we prioritize selling the Order of the Flaming Rose chest plates, because those are going to be our heaviest pieces of gear. Because this guy's not going to be able to buy everything from us. Make a point of selling the heaviest stuff. Oh, we did pick these up recently, but I didn't take a second to investigate them. They are relic rarity. They're medium. Not really what we're looking for, but they are slightly better from an armor standpoint. Ooh, critical hit damage bonus and a little bit of critical chance. I actually really like that, because that is hard to get, and that is largely the stuff we're looking for. Part of the reason why we are using the Cat Witcher gear is because it can give us some offense even from our armor, when normally, obviously, most of that comes from your weapons. So, I mean, the Cat Witcher stuff gives us plain and simple attack damage, which is certainly nice, but technically speaking, we're trying to focus on the crit. So this is actually, that's quite tempting. That is quite tempting, so we'll definitely hold on to it. We may even want to consider using it. Again, it's medium armor, so it's a little bit heavier than the stuff that we've been using. Means we won't get our stamina back quite as quickly, but that may be a sacrifice that we're willing to make on this occasion. Then we have the Assassin's Trappers, which are light armor as well. These give us some vitality. We've used these in the past before we had the Witcher armor. So they're decent, but they're also extremely light, so I think it's not really worth selling them here. This guy only has 521 coins left, so this is going to be a little bit of a problem here. And we could break some things down into components, yes, but I think when we have this many, when we have all of this stuff, and we have, I think, more than enough crafting materials, then it really does feel like this is more so an opportunity to get some money back rather than get materials. I think at this point, money is a lot more important to us. Like this we can't afford at this stage. We can at least sell you this guy. In fact, that's almost the perfect amount from a money standpoint, but we are still encumbered. We are still encumbered. So that's unfortunate.
So long.
Are there other people who sell weapons and armor in Oxenfurt? I mean, we could, of course, if we wanted to, we could go back to Novigrad and just like talk to Ivier or the other people there, and they have a lot more money than this guy just did, so we could definitely sell everything to them. That might be worth doing real quick, to tell you the truth, because we have more stuff than I realized we did. I knew we had a decent amount. If this guy keeps on saying everyone to me. Go over here?
Go on, don't think twice, just buy.
I think it's him. When these guys crowded around like this do make me think that there's something going on here, but... Alright, maybe we will cash in our reward, and then we might take a stop off at Novigrad real quick to sell some stuff to Ivier, because I think we will actually be able to sell everything to him, rather than this guy who... Merchant who... Oh, didn't mean to do that. Merchant who won't even be able to buy everything from us? I mean, what kind of blacksmith are you, right? Seriously. Ah, stop doing that, me! I'm trying to hit the sprint button because I'm like, we're so slow.
What's it, pick?
Okay, this is the person we're looking for. Now, is it just as simple as doing that?
You'd succeed, puss peepers.
Or is there anything else we still need to do?
Go on, out with it. Who was the bastard?
I mean, do we have any reason not to tell her? I think we're fine saying it's the Order of the Flaming Rose here. Sure, it doesn't really cast the Order of the Flaming Rose in a very good light, but at the same time, I don't think that's a secret. Ah, interesting. Okay. Okay. I think I get what you're getting at there. And I was saying it a while ago, I do like the looks of the Order of the Flaming Rose gear. And I'm not sure we might have just sold the last of it. Not necessarily sure it's my favorite looking armor we've encountered thus far, but it's pretty high on the list, I think. So,
Bastards. Brethren of the Order of the Flaming Rose.
That being said, I think we're running into enough of the Order of the Flaming Rose that we'll probably find more of that stuff.
Skin 'em alive.
Alright, calm
No,
down.
Just killed them.
Feels like, oh, I just killed him.
So handsome and so boring. Here, puss peeps, your gold. Ought to be enough for an ounce of panache.
Alright, quest complete.
Hey, Witcher, how about joining our band?
Huh? You serious?
Grub and hooch, life in a nutshell. Cheers!
Alright. Are there any other things that we... What's this guy doing? What the heck?
Empty herring barrel. Stinks of fish.
Yeah?
My valor stands on 3.
What about it?
Good food. Good
I was gonna say, interesting to see that everyone is now... Wow. Oh, that's
Not a bad
Olgierd.
little
What?
band
He's just
there,
chilling here?
Witcher.
Letter to Olgierd. Hey, Olgierd, there's this thing on the wall for you? Sir Olgierd, I write you this missive, my good sir, because I believe surprise attacks to be bad form. I wish to inform you that I will not tolerate any more such behavior on my lands. If you choose to surround yourself with a company of lewd rabble, most unworthy of a nobleman, that, sir, is your private affair. It is not my place to interfere, but I do not intend to allow them to turn my property into an arena for their brawling and that stuff. The next time you and your people enter my... I don't know how to pronounce this word. Immense? It might be kind of like French pronunciation. You shall either respect my laws, or I will have you tied to a team of horses and dragged along the bottom of a rocky ravine. Lovely. Consider this, good sir, before you and your company set foot on my lands again. Sincerely, Eric Dubois, often called the Dauntless. Hey, you read that one? Olgierd? Olgierd? Let's see, is this... Are we technically supposed to talk to him for the main quest? Is that... Talk to Shawnee. Go to the auction in Oxenfurt. I mean, main quest is in Oxenfurt, but it's not over here. think this is just a coincidence that he happens to be here right now.
His heart are full of ire. No soul would lend him coin for drink, no wench would quench.
Yeah, why don't we just chat with him here, I think.
Doing.
Play. Overgrown wains, you see. Have you any children, Geralt?
What kind of question is that?
None.
Oh, yes.
Technically, no.
Forgot witches is sterile. Well, don't just stare at me. Tell me what brings you.
We can play McGwent. Oh. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Interesting, the company you keep. Yeah, I mean, he does very much seem to make a point of, you know, basically having bandits with him.
Your band. Chosen some interesting specimens.
Interesting. How so? Common carousers and roughnecks. Every last one.
Where'd you dig
At least he
them up?
admits it.
Some have been with me ages. Others are gathered on the road.
I mean, you're
A few
immortal,
fell
so
with themselves.
ages could mean
They could
any of
be
a number
for
of
drink
things.
and sport at least. And ever since I began travelling with them, my old enemies have sat quiet as moles.
Okay. Yeah, you do seem to be very fond of your sword here. I have noticed
First
that.
time I've seen a saber like that. What's its origin?
A fear. It was a gift. Any soft-armed
gift, you
craven
say?
can hang a blade from his belt. Prance about feigning danger. But my saber's a promise. If I reach for it, heads will roll. Mere sight of it quells the urge to duel, in shavers eager to face Olgierd von Everett, the infamous outlaw.
My medallion seems to think it's magic.
It thinks, eh? And I think you've never seen a better weapon.
Interesting. I wonder if we can get it from him somehow. And the fact that the medallion is going a little crazy around it does suggest that maybe it has some kind of special enchantment on it. Not just some finely crafted sword from Ophir. It does sound like there's a little bit more to it than just that. Might learn more about it later on. How'd that Ophiri prince turn into a monster? You did admit that you cursed it, but could you describe in more detail how exactly that ended up happening?
Keep wondering how you turned the Ophiri into a beast. The more I think about it, the more I'm sure it was no run-of-the-mill curse.
This professional curiosity, or nosiness, as common as the cloud.
Desire to
I mean, it is
improve.
part of our
Information
job.
could prove useful down the line.
In the future, you under the delusion you'll complete your tasks, live happily ever after.
Remains to be seen. So for now, admit it. A mage helped you, right?
Give you a hint. You're not the only one to fulfill wishes around here.
You
Gaunter?
transformed the Ophiri? It was your wish?
Nay. It was my doing alone. But you're right. It was no ordinary curse. Though I'll say no more. A curse I uttered in a moment of rage, with no thought to it actually taking hold.
He did say something along those lines before, that is true. Yeah, but you have a lot of history with Ophir. What is the deal here? What with the prince that you cursed, with the sword from there, then obviously we got captured by Ophirius after we attacked the prince and killed him.
Tell me, how'd you meet the Ophiri you turned into a beast?
Aren't you a nosy one?
What's it matter?
Now we are
You'd
getting
like to
pretty
talk
nosy.
about yourself.
That I cannot deny. Ophiri was a Dauphin on a voyage through lands unknown, to learn of their cultures and customs. He fell for a lass. As it happened, this woman was already important to me. But
Ah,
at the time, I was now compared to a noble from a foreign land. So her parents promised her hand to the Ophiri, though she loved me. I could only see
okay,
the
classic
feelings
love
of
triangle.
charm. When she asked why he travelled disguised as a common merchant, he said he was like the frog from the fairy tale. One kiss from her, and he turned into a prince.
Ah, okay, and then he took it
Wanted
a step
to be a
further.
frog. Became a frog.
I see what you did there. Okay, now we can blame Gwent. He's not technically tied to a quest, but this actually might be the first person who is technically part of the DLC for us to play Gwent. Maybe that herbalist back that we did one of the side quests with, the halfling. Might have played him at Gwent a while ago. So I don't know for that reason. He could be quite good. Don't know.
You ever play Gwent?
An immortal demands you fulfill 3 wishes, and you've the gall to propose a round of Gwent.
Of course we do.
Afraid to lose? No problem. I'll find someone else.
I
Oh.
believe that's the worst wind-up I've ever heard. Lay out your cards.
All right. Bring it on. It's been a long time since we last played Gwent. I mean, obviously, didn't have anything near the end of the base game. I suppose that makes some sense. But like I said, I think this is certainly the first one that we've done in, at least since we started up the DLC. We did recently purchase Gauntro Dim Darkness. This is our first time looking at it. Fear not the shadows, but the light. It looks like a... Yeah, well, doesn't look like Gaunter. I can tell you that much, at the very least. Looks like one of the fog lists that we might encounter previously. Anything else on the Northern Realm side that's new? We got some leader cards that were new. I think it was... We got an Emir that was new. So I don't know which one specifically it was. Cancel your opponent's leader ability. Draw card. Whoa! Draw card from your opponent's discard pile. That might be new. That sounds very nifty. Then we got a new one for Scoia'tael as well, I know. Oh! I accidentally pressed the start button rather than the look at what the new leader card might be button. So that stinks because I wanted to try one of the new cards, but apparently that is not going to happen here. So here we go. It's going to be Scoia'tael, apparently. We do go first. And let's see. We have Yorvith. We have several of the agile cards, so we can play in either the melee or the range row. Then we have one of our muster cards. That is good. We like only having one of them. A Torrential Rain is the Siege nerf. Scorch, of course, can destroy cards. Clear Weather, we may not want that here. In fact, what do we're going against monsters, and I didn't catch what their leader ability is. It does make it a little bit harder to gauge what we might want to do here, but let's get rid of you. Nilba is very good. He helps out other cards in the range row, so these agile units we probably do want to put there. Then, I mean, Vesemir is just a plain and simple 6, which is slightly worse than these agile 6s. We either get rid of you or we get rid of Torrential Rain. I don't think monsters has a lot going on in the siege row. Usually it's a very melee row dominant faction, so I think for that reason we'll try swapping over and we get a medic, which is potentially something good to use with our decoy at the very least. So I think that can work. Now we actually, I mean, it's actually a disadvantage to go first, and I think we did have the chance to pick, but I did not really intend to go first. I think I was still thinking about us having done the, or not having done the selection of our specific leader. So to lead things off here, usually it is good to start off with a hero. That way, if they have any scorches, they can't just immediately use one on us. So if we were to say, go with our muster, then they could immediately destroy a bunch of cards. Okay, speaking of muster, that brings out 3 in the melee row, and those are the highest non-cure units, so we could get a decent scorch out of this. We could, however, potentially get greedier still, because Monsters does have a lot of melee muster cards, and some of them are 4 strength, some of them are 5 strength. The Crones, I think, are 6, or maybe even as high as 7 apiece. That does mean that it is not currently safe to play really anything else. Unless, I mean, we could play something and then use our medic to bring it back. Having our medic on hand, I suppose, does mean we don't have to be too worried about any of those scorches at this stage. But then again, also playing any of our 6 strength cards or even our 5 strength cards means that suddenly our scorch is not usable, because we'll just hurt ourselves. And did we also have excess cards in our deck? We may have, yeah. I mean, this was not really the optimal setup we were looking for. I think we just take Scorch here. We just use it. We're still playing... and of course they immediately go to the other muster. Now this one, though, has a bunch of 4s, but it... Oh, no! It has a bunch of 4s. Usually it has a 5 as well. And that sort of breaks the powerful Scorch, because that means Scorch destroys the 1 high unit, and so it would have been only removing 5 strength in that case, but they don't have the 5 strength muster, and so this would have given us Scorch that would have removed, what would it have been, 7 4-strength cards in total, I think? Would have removed them all. So that means, yeah, if we could have waited one more turn, then it could have been amazing. But at the same time, we really didn't have anything else that we could have played safely. Because anything else would have gotten destroyed by it. What is our leader building again? Is it doubling the range combat row? I mean, I guess we could have done that even if it wasn't going to do anything in the short term. That could have been a way to just bide some time, wait for them to play their muster. But yeah, that's a missed opportunity. Again, we just kind of didn't have a good option. So, I mean, and any card that we play here is suddenly a card that can be Scorched. So I think we'll play one of our 6-strength agile units in the range row. If it gets Scorched, we can bring it back with our medic. I mean, it's not a huge deal to do that because it's just a 6-strength card. But, Oh, the other thing is that sometimes Muster will actually play cards from your hand, not just your deck. So note that despite us having gone first, they actually have fewer cards than we do right now. So I think I was not looking at the time, but they must have actually played some of their muster cards from their hand. That does benefit us a bit here. Even though they are currently in the lead, we could pass and rely on having 1 card advantage. However, they, with their monster's ability, will carry over 1 card that will just stay on the battlefield from one round to the next. So that's it's probably reason enough to keep playing here, and if we play our 6-strength card, then that will get us up to 22, and that would force them to play something else now. I think we keep on going with the 6-strengthers here, and keep on putting them in the range row, so that way, if we do want to play Milva, we can get a lot of value out of her. But it does mean that now if they do Scorch, we're losing more from it. Not able to get everyone back from our graveyard with just our 1 medic, unless we also commit our decoy. Now they play 6-strength card, which is significant. So that means that at least at this stage, sure, we would lose both of our 6-strengthers here to Scorch, but they would lose something as well. So at least there's that. And I mean, if we play another 6-strength card, we will continue to just slowly go in front of them. I forgot to play you in the range row, because I forgot you can get played in numerous rows. Okay. And this card is in many ways like our Milva, in that it will give +1 to other cards in that row. Now, there are no other cards in that row right now. Like I said, we messed this one up, but if we were to go Milva here, that would certainly be enough. And if we go, let's see, you're up by 7 right now, so Vesemir is not enough. Yeah, the only way we could pass you in 1 turn would actually be, well, our melee muster does work. Does work in this situation, because it is no longer the card that would get Scorched. We do need to save something. We need to save something for future rounds. If we had put you in the range row, I would say using our leader ability here, double the range row would not be a bad idea. That might be a nice way to double this up and take the lead in a round when we have committed most of our ranged cards. Now, may still be the right decision here. Let's see, it would give us an additional 12, right? Because you two would get doubled, but Yorbeth would not. So we get up to 40, which would be enough. And we would save playing a card. Obviously, we lose our leader ability, but we have a lot of melee cards remaining. Obviously, Milva boosts range cards, and we've played most of them here, so in many ways, we'd like to play Milva here, but I think she's also just a 10-strength card that is going to be maybe her greatest value to us in round 2 or 3, because we're not going to have many cards remaining here. I think we go for this, and we would like this round to end very soon. I don't like that. Okay. They still have a 5-point lead here. We can, if we play Milva here, we will have a lot of strength. She'll get doubled up to a 20, and she will also give +1 to these other cards here, so we will build suddenly a very large lead. Problem is, we will have used almost all of our best cards. We could bring Milva back with our medic in a future round. That is probably something we would like to do, because she is so good and she's not a hero. So she can be brought back with that medic. So for that reason alone, that might be reason enough to give that a shot here. It's just it can be a big play, is the problem. Like, any time you can do like a huge 20-point swing, but that's a pretty important card to bear in mind. So, okay, we play Milva, and that is certainly enough. And they pass here. So we'll take the round, but they will have one card they carry over. Of course, it's one of their stronger cards, 5 strength. So here's the thing. We are 1 card up. We have 4, they have 3. However, they will continue to carry over 1 card, even if we pass immediately. So what is the best methodology here? Do we have reason to try to play now? I think... Do we go for it in round 2 or do we go for it in round 3? Because part of me feels like we can go for it in round 2, and then if it looks like we're not going to be able to pull it off, then maybe, you know, we fall back on round 3 as our backup plan. Problem is, our biggest play is, of course, to go Medic into Milva. So that's 10 points right there. And then, after doing that, we'd like to get our Medic back with our decoy, so that means we really need to play 2 cards in this round. And that's something that we are willing to go that far into in this round? Maybe. And we do have a pretty big... It's not huge, but our muster is decent to have that in our back pocket as well. So, alright, let's go for it. Play you. Get you. We'll actually boost up that medic, so it's no longer 0. So that's something. Hey! That looks familiar. It's the Toad. One that we just fought. And it's basically the dragon that we saw previously, many times before, in that it will destroy the biggest card in a row that has 10 or more strength in it. But this time it's for the range row rather than the melee row. Dragon was the melee row. You are range. So now you have destroyed Milva, and that's a big loss. However, we need to make sure that we get our medic back, otherwise we will not be able to get Milva back in a future round. So I think what we do is we take you back with a decoy, and then if they want to play another card on their next turn, that's fine. They do. Okay, it's a siege nerf. We don't have any siege cards, I don't think, so it wasn't going to make a huge difference anyway. But what it does is we can pass now. And do we want to pass now, or do we want... Yeah. Thing is, if we pass now, they'll either carry over this 5 strength card. There's a chance they might carry over that 7 strength card. Obviously, we'd like for them to carry over the 5 rather than the 7. But I think we just take that risk. We'll live with it, because of course Milva is a big play. And we have our 15-point muster, I think is what this amounts to. They do keep the 7, unfortunately. But they have to play their last card here. They do still have their leader ability, which I still have not double-checked to see what it is. Oh, it's the Crones! That's a big last card to play, because that's a 6 strength apiece muster for 3. So that is basically just a better version of what our last card was here. What is their leader ability? They use this? Doubles the strength of all spy cards. Affects both players. Interesting. I don't think either of us had any spies, so it's completely irrelevant. Interesting. Especially on monsters, I think generally have very few spies, so that's a strange faction to have that leader ability on. But I think now, I mean, anything that we play is safe, right? So we play you. Like I said, this is basically just a worse version of what they did. It's 15 strength to their 18 strength that they got from their muster. But we can bring back Milva. And that's 11 strength right there. 10 from her and 1 from the boost she gives. And that is already enough. Then we'll throw in Vesemir. And that'll do it. Alright.
Shite. Not much I detest more than losing. Well, my congratulations. This card's yours.
Is it going to be the Toad?
Thanks.
That'd be fitting if it was. It is the Toad. It is the Toad. Not only probably his best card, but absolutely fitting from a plot standpoint as well.
So long.